All right, so what is private equity roll-up? What is that strategy about, right? Am I talking about fruit roll-ups, like when you were a kid where you roll it up and eat it? It's like, well, no, not really, but it is kind of similar to that, right? Where you have a bunch of gas stations or you got a bunch of car washes and you roll them up and it sells for a higher multiple. So we're gonna get into this strategy, which has honestly become one of my favorites for reasons of cash flow, for reasons of just lots of appreciation, and it's diversified outside of real estate and other things, which is a lot of fun. So let's jump in. All right, my name is Bronson Hill. I'm the CEO of Bronson Equity. We've got $200 million in multifamily assets like this one behind me. We also do ATM machines and car washes and oil and gas and a lot of this fun stuff that is kind of what we're talking about right here. So how does this work, right? The private equity roll-up strategy. Well, in the business world, what you have is you'll have a car wash, right? Or a gas station or a dental practice or a franchise of something or a retail, and it will sell for, maybe 8 to 10 times earnings, right? So a car wash kind of sells in that range. If you have one car wash or 5 car washes, they'll sell for 8 to 10 times earnings. But if you have 50 car washes that are very similar, a lot of times you can sell them for not 8 to 10 times earnings, more times like 20 to 30 times earnings, right? Well, why is that you can sell something for twice as much or even 2.5 times or 3 times as much, right? Well, why is that? Well, it's because it's called this private equity roll-up strategy. Who is actually buying these, right? Who is buying these things? It's really private equity. Private equity are these large investment groups, these Wall Street groups that are looking for cash flow, looking for diversification. They don't want to spend, $5 or $10 million on one car wash. They want to spend $500 million and they want to buy 50 of them, right? So it gives the opportunity of just simply putting these together, allowing for economies of scale, and then they can continue to try to grow it as well. So we've done this through car washes. There's a group called Tommy's Express. They're one of the leading franchises in the country. And again, there's value in just simply putting those together. And there's some real benefits of just investing in general in private equity roll-ups. So I'm going to show you what the benefits are. The first one really is cash flow. It's really allowing for investors to get cash flow along the way, that it's not just, hey, you're making a lot of money someday. There is cash flow along the way as well. That's the plan. There's appreciation because, again, when you're building a car wash or you're putting something in there, you can basically have, the value of this typically goes up as you develop a business, right? Which is amazing. There's some leverage involved. So leverage typically involves taking some debt on either the land or the property or things like that. So if you have some leverage, which allows you to use other people's money, the bank's money, to be able to grow your wealth, which is great, right? And then another benefit is higher multiples at the sale. Like I talked about, instead of 8 to 10 times earnings, sometimes you're going, 15, 20, 25 times earnings, right? So you're going much, much higher than what the purchase multiple is, which just means you make a lot more money simply by putting it together, which is great. And then there are generally higher returns. So a lot of these deals we're seeing kind of, in the 20+% IRR, some up to 30%. And, again, it's opportunity to share in the upside for this. So how can investors get involved with this? It's like, okay, Bronson, this sounds like a great strategy, but how do I get involved with it, right? Well, the first thing is you need to be someone who is out finding deals. You're out networking, you're talking to people, you're actually going to meetups, you're going to conferences, because you'll meet other investors, you'll hear about opportunities to invest. And when you find out about these opportunities, it allows you to actually have the opportunity to invest. So we talked about the car wash deal that we did earlier this year. We may offer it again in the future. So if you're interested, reach out if you want to hear about something like that. But there are groups similar to ours that offer these deals, and you will only really find out about it through networking. So again, there are just a whole slew. If you look at private equity roll-up, assets, there's a lot of different things they're doing this with. It could be laundromats, it could be franchises, different types of things that are out there that just, again, you get multiples of the same kind. It makes a much more scalable strategy versus, okay, I've got 20 car washes, but they're all, you got Bob's car wash and Harry's car wash, whatever, and there's really not a lot of synergies there. But if you get something that's a very similar system, similar management, similar equipment, those type of things, it can be there's a lot of synergy there. So this is an important question to ask, and it's important to ask whatever you invest in, is what are the risks involved? What are the ways that you could lose money? If you don't understand the risks about a deal, then you haven't looked hard enough, right? There's always a risk. There's always risks in every deal. There's always ways you can lose money. So it's important to do diligence. It's important to vet a team, to vet the deal, and to vet the market. It takes some time. Maybe you go visit a site of where this is happening. You read some financial reports. You ask some questions. And it really comes down to the ability of the team to perform. So if this is somebody that, hey, they've done tech sales for years and all of a sudden they're doing this thing in car washes and there's no background in it whatsoever, well, that can be a tougher go because maybe there's been no management in actually, process and managing car washes, right? So take a look at this amazing strategy. I'd love to know, maybe there's another strategy that you know about that's working really well, or maybe something that I haven't mentioned, an asset or a type of business in the private equity real estate, stick that in the comments. I'd love to see below what it is you're finding right now in this market, where you're facing some challenges in real estate. What are you seeing in the private equity real estate space? So check that out. I want to share this quote with you. This says, networking is not about collecting as many cards as you can. It's about starting relationships. And that comes from Melita Campbell, who is a personal development coach. Check out this video here. This talks about how to quit your job with passive income. Check it out up here. I was able to leave my great corporate job. I was making over $200K a year and able to develop a lot of wealth outside of being able to have to go to a job. So a lot of people wonder, how do I replace my income? This is a way how you do it. So check that video out. If you haven't joined our investment club, we talk specifically about this strategy. We do multifamily, oil and gas, ATM machines, and car washes. And we're talking, about things that are not diversified. Some of these things don't have any leverage, or they've got tax benefits, and just really trying to find a way to grow wealth in any market. So if you haven't joined our investment club, you're not hearing about these deals, you can check it out down below or go to bronsonequity.com. Thanks for taking the time to educate yourself. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.